Sense, connecting sight, sound and life. Shadow Puppet with Sense Arts by Windswept Workshops.
Hi, I'm Erin. I'm a 5'4" white woman with silver hair that I'm wearing in a low bun, and I've got hazel eyes. Today I'm wearing a black cardigan, a black top and high waist zebra print trousers.
Hi, I'm Gaby. I'm a 5'3" olive skinned woman with dark brown eyes and dark brown pixie cut hair. I'm wearing a black jumper with a print of the world on it and dark green trousers. We are stood on Erin's patio, about 1.5 meters away from each other, with her wooden fence behind us with a bicycle propped up against it.
Today we've come from Windswept Workshops to teach you how to make shadow puppets. Shadow puppetry is an ancient form of storytelling that's thought to have originated in Southeast Asia. We're playwrights, and when we use shadow puppets, it's usually to tell an epic adventure or a big journey. Today we're going to show you how to make very simple shadow puppets just using things you can find around your house.
I'm going to leave you in Erin's capable hands. See you later.
It's just me now, and I'm sat at a purple and blue table on a blue chair, and behind me you can still see a bit of a bike. Okay, so what you're going to need for this task is a pair of scissors. I've got these white and grey big kitchen scissors, and I also have a small pair of children's purple scissors because I'm left-handed and sometimes I need these to get at the details. You just need one pair, that's fine. I've also got a normal roll of sellotape. You'll need some sellotape as well. I've got a small half-size pencil like the ones you get at Argos or IKEA, and I'm going to be using that. You can use whatever kind of pencil or pen that you want to use. And I've got a yellow colouring pencil with a grey tip. You can use a stick if you want for this stage, or you can use a lollipop stick for indoors, or anything that's about this length that you can tape your puppet onto at the end. I've also got 2 sheets of peach coloured A4 card. You can use any kind of card you want to, or you can use thin cardboard like the cardboard you find in Amazon boxes. I also have this chopping board. You don't need a chopping board, but our table's a bit damp because we're outside, so I'm going to be using this one for today to make sure my puppet stays nice and dry. Okay, so I'm going to put my paper or card on the table. I'm going to pick up my pencil and I'm going to start drawing out the shape of a butterfly, and it's going to take up around 1/4 of my page. We have changed to a close-up camera shot while I draw my butterfly. Trying to get the wings even. I've finished drawing my butterfly, so now we've gone back to a long shot. For this stage, you'll need your scissors. I'm picking up my big kitchen scissors for this bit, and you'll want to pick up your card or cardboard as I'm doing and begin cutting out your butterfly shape like this. We've gone back to a closer shot now so that you can just see my hands cutting out my butterfly. The image of me cutting my butterfly is now frozen. Pause your video and cut your own butterfly out in your own time, and then press play when you're done. I'm holding up my finished butterfly so that you can see it, and we've now changed to a longer shot as well so you can see all of me sat at my blue and purple table. Okay, if this has already been a little bit tricky for you, then you can stop the video here and just watch the next step. Maybe you can have a go at it next time. But if you're up for making an even more intricate and complicated butterfly, then keep watching and follow along with me. So I'm going to put my sellotape to one side and put my scrap paper to one side as well. I'm going to put my butterfly down on the table, and I don't need my scissors just yet, so I'm going to put my grey and white big kitchen scissors to one side as well. I'm going to pick up my little Argos sized pencil, and I'm going to decorate my butterfly wings with swirls. Now remember when you're doing this that you don't want to make anything too complicated because you've got to cut it all out. So I'm going to make nice big swirls that won't be too difficult to cut out with my little scissors. I'm starting to draw my swirls on my wings now. We've gone to a close-up shot now. I'm going to draw nice, wide and simple swirls on my butterfly so that they're not too tricky to cut out later. You can copy my pattern or you can come up with a pattern of your own. I'm drawing one swirl on each wing. And there I've finished the last one. So we've gone back to a long shot now, and I'm going to hold up my butterfly with its swirls on so you can see them. You can see they're nice and wide, so they won't be too tricky to cut out, hopefully. This time I'm going to pick up my smaller scissors to cut out my swirls because they're a bit easier to use with complicated cutting. I'm going to take up my scissors. This is a bit trickier because you need to push the blade of the scissors through the hole, making sure that your fingers are not in the way on the other side.
You can always ask for support or stick a piece of blue tack on the other side of the butterfly where the blade comes through to make it safer. We have changed it to a close-up shot now to show me cutting out the swirls.
So I've managed to poke a hole through my first swirl now, and I'm cutting round.
The image on the screen is frozen again. Cutting out the swirls is fiddly and can take a while, so pause your video until you are done.
So we've gone back to a long shot now. Here is my butterfly. I'm holding it up to the camera and you can see the swirl patterns now cut out in each wing. So we'll be moving on to the final stage. Put your butterfly down on the table, take up your pencil or stick or lollipop stick and place it on top of your butterfly in the centre, running down the centre of its body. We've gone to a close-up camera angle now. I'm going to pick up my sellotape, find the end, which is always a bit tricky. I'm going to cut the very end off. I don't need that bit. And now I'm going to cut off a nice small piece of sellotape and I'm going to stick it over my pencil about halfway up where it is across the middle of my butterfly. There we go. We've gone back to a long shot now and I have finished making my butterfly shadow puppet, and you should have as well. So I'm holding up my puppet to the camera. It looks a little bit like a butterfly on a stick. You can still see the lovely swirl holes and it's sellotaped on to the back here. Brilliant. Now I'm going to hand you over to Gaby to show you how to make a theatre for your butterfly shadow puppet.
Heya, it's Gaby again. Now that you've made your shadow puppet, I'm going to teach you how to make your shadow puppet theatre. I'm sitting exactly where Erin was sitting, on the blue chair with the half blue, half purple table. So, the first thing you need is a cardboard box. I'm holding up my cardboard box, which is a shoebox sized Amazon cardboard box with black prime tape running around its middle. You're also going to need some baking paper. I have some brown baking paper here. To add to that, you're going to need your scissors, your ordinary sellotape, and a pencil. I'm using the small pencil Erin was using before. So, the first thing you need to do is get your box, flip it over, and we're going to draw a rectangle around the edge of the box.
We have changed to a close-up camera shot, which will show me drawing onto the box.
So, we're going to draw a rectangle, keeping as close to the edge of the box as possible, like you're drawing a photo frame. So now we've gone back to a long shot so you can see me sitting at my table. It doesn't matter if the line on your box isn't straight and perfect, it's absolutely fine. So now we're going to move on to cutting out that rectangle in our box. So we're going to stab a hole in the corner.
We have now changed to a close-up to show me cutting out the rectangle a bit better. The video of me cutting the box is now frozen. Please pause the video and cut out your box in your own time. You could always ask someone to help you cut out the box, or hold the box for you to make it easier. Press play when you're done.
Now we've gone back to a long shot so you can see me sitting at the table. I'm holding up my cardboard box so you can see the rectangle hole in the middle of it. Now we're going to move on to our baking paper. I'm going to need you to cut out a square of baking paper about the size of your box. So I'm grabbing my scissors and cutting out that square. I'm testing my baking paper against my box.
The camera has now gone to close-up to show me holding my baking paper against my box.
It's a little bit too big, so I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut a bit off the end. Now it fits perfectly. So I'm going to take my sellotape, get a long piece about the length of one of the edges of my box. And I'm going to stick it against the box. I'm going to do this around all 4 edges.
The video of me sellotaping my baking paper to my box is now frozen. Please press pause and take as long as you need to sellotape your own baking paper to your box, and press play when you're done.
Now we've gone back to a long shot so you can see me sitting at the table. So I'm going to hold up my final shadow puppet theatre. The baking paper covers the rectangular hole. So you're done. Now I'm going to pass back to Erin, who's going to take you into the living room and bring everything to life.
Okay, so on screen now, our shadow puppet theatre is set up. I'm holding on to one corner and the front with the hole in the baking paper is facing the camera. The box is balanced on the edge of a black leather chair. Off screen behind the shadow puppet theatre, there is a lamp set up, and in between the lamp and the baking paper, I'm going to hold our butterfly puppet. There's our puppet on the theatre. It's a beautiful silhouette with lovely swirly holes as it moves back and forth along the baking paper. I hope yours is good as well. Now we want you to be really creative with shadow puppets, and if you want to make some more, you could try something like this fairy, which I'm holding up now. It's got 2 wings with blue, orange and yellow swirls, and we've used cellophane to make those. I'm just moving that one along the edge of the theatre. Amazing! I'll show our butterfly again. Thank you so much for watching this video. It's been lovely spending time with you. And if you want to learn more about shadow puppets, head over to the Windswept Workshops website. And if you're ready to learn some more skills, then stay on Sense's YouTube channel for more. I'm just moving the shadow puppet back and forth now, and it's wiggling its wings. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you again soon.
Logo, Windswept Workshops. Sense. No one left out of life. Website sense.org.uk